What is up, guys? Dashing here, bringing you episode 33 of Octane, and as you can see, we are jumping straight into the action as always, my friends, with validation right around the corner. Yes, indeed, next weekend, CMV goes to war. The very future of CMV gonna be at stake. The biggest tug-of-war match in CMV history, guys. It's brother versus sister. Jackson Wright versus Madison Wright. And momentum on the line. All important, as we well know. Couple of battles between Team Jackson and Team Madison last night on Shockwave. And we will see the same here tonight. And as a matter of fact, our very first matchup of the evening, as you can see, the Agent preparing to go one-on-one with CMV Anarchy champion Blake Virtue. This could be a humdinger straight out the gate. We have got a lot of great action to look forward to. As always, a hot and spicy show in store. 2 championship matches, as Amber continues to prove she's a fighting champion, defends the Women's Hardcore Championship against Mina, guys, and later on in our main event, actually some breaking news right at the top of the show, guys. We know it was originally supposed to be Johnny Cloudcutter and Dante Tatum challenging the SNS Connection for the Unified World Tag Team Championship, but less than 24 hours ago, we know that Hunter Quinn defeated Johnny Cloudcutter in that hard-hitting, brutal, no-holds-barred match, guys, and Johnny Cloudcutter not cleared to compete here tonight, so Dante Tatum has been forced on very short notice to find himself a replacement partner in the main event to challenge the SNS Connection for the Unified World Tag Team Championship. I'm sure we typically would see Xander Slate and Shay Hoxton in the corner of the Agent, but they're preparing for their defense in our main event later on tonight. But Blake Virtue did not come alone. The CMV Alpha World Champion, the Ted, looks like he wants a front row seat for this matchup. We saw what happened last episode of Octane. The main event after Jason Spade knocked off the Ted. Very great matchup between the two. The Agent came down to the ring. And he and Ted coming face to face. Agent letting Ted know that things between them are far from over. It looks like Ted reciprocating, saying, I ain't going anywhere, I'm right here. Did I say Alpha World Champion? Global Champion. Just got the Alpha World Championship on the mind. Never forget. So the Agent, of course, a part of Team Jackson Wright at Validation. Blake Virtue, a part of Team Madison Wright. Madison Wright certainly sending some shots back at her brother. You know, she was upset that Jackson a couple weeks ago was booking her superstars on his show on Shockwave. Well, now she's doing the same here tonight in the main event, giving Dante Tatum and his tag team partner, whomever it may be, a shot at the Unified World Tag Team Championship. Look at this, Blake Virtue knocking the Agent out of the ring early on. Looks like he wants to continue the fight at ringside. Agent not moving, waiting very patiently for Blake Virtue. Kick to the midsection and again. And the Agent gonna get powerbombed onto the apron and then swung shoulder first. We all know it's the hardest part of the ring. Continues his attack with some shots to the knee, already up to a count of 5. Is Johnson as the Ted just keeping watch at ringside. Guys, listen to this tag team matchup we have coming up a little bit later on. Maybe the most terrifying duo in CMV history, as Hugo Steele and Czar are going to team up against the team of Andrew Briggs and Troy Colts. That's got to be well over, geez, damn near a ton between Hugo Steele and Czar. Do not envy the team of Briggs and Colt As again, momentum, all important on the line, going into the biggest tug-of-war match in CMV history next weekend at Validation. Blake Virtue getting thrown gut first into the steel steps. Back into the carnival type, only for a moment though, as the agent might be looking to ram Blake Virtue into the barricade, but the best bout machine not gonna let that happen. Instead, dropping the agent on his neck. Quickly pulls him back up, at agent lying in wait with a kick to the midsection. Now thrown shoulder first into the apron, followed up by a senton. Forearm smash. Knee to the midsection and an axe kick. Virtue gonna pick up some big time momentum for Team Madison Wright. A little bit later on, we'll see Bob Luger one-on-one with Joseph Santos. Like I said, a lot of potential bangers. Look at the agent right now, just unloading on Virtue and throws him overhead with that belly-to-belly. Nearly landing on that poor child in the front row there. Dragons by the CMV Anarchy champion. Coming up next, Blake Virtue's good friend, Amber Reed, going to be defending her Women's Hardcore Championship against Mina. Amber Reed continuing to prove that she's a fighting champion. Successfully retaining the championship, of course, against Chloe Marks a couple of weeks ago, ahead of her clash with Tora Troy Evans next weekend at Validation. Drops down behind as the agent tries for a right cross. Virtue, though, look at this, just back and forth. Tit for tat. My goodness, a slugfest ensuing in that ring, but Virtue going to bring it to an end with a hangman's neckbreaker. Ted continuing to just watch from ringside. Knee to the chest, vintage Blake Virtue right there. Might be enough to do the agent in just like that. 2.999 Virtue for a split second, allowing himself to get distracted, but immediately back on the attack, and the agent's got to watch out. Oh, damn! But look at the agent, just eats it. Takes it with a grain of salt right into the backpack stunner. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. As the agent's got a nasty cut. But he's not letting that stop him. Blake Virtue not allowing Control to get away from it for long. Recoil connects into the pin. 1, 2, 3. No! About as close gets. Virtue even going so far as to argue with Johnson, but and listen to these fans, top of the show, chanting, "We're not worthy for what a great match this has been." Fisherman's driver. The agent losing his CMV Global Championship back at Mob Violence, not involved in the decision in that triple threat match, as the Ted, of course, pinned Joseph Santos. And the Ted responding to the agent's challenge last episode of Octane. And if you want this championship back, you come and get it then, motherfucker. Virtue now been busted open as well, as he again drops the agent on the back of his head with that snap tiger suplex bridge to pin, but only gets a 2 count. Knee to the midsection, caught by the agent. And just like that, agent sees his opening and takes it. Headlock driver connects. Out is Virtue, but out for the count. 1, 2. No. Blake Virtue in all sorts of trouble right now, but the agent staying on top of Blake Virtue like peanut butter on jelly. Oh, another knee to the chest. That's how quickly Virtue can fire back, man. And in an instant, he could have the agent dead to rights here. No. Virtue, this time, not playing around with your boy, picks him up and immediately looks for a second recoil into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Listen to these bloodthirsty fans in attendance chanting one more time as the agent is somehow kicked out of a second recoil. And instantaneously the agent with a second backpack stunner right into the pin. Ted watching on, looking a bit worried right now as the agent secures the dub. No! Now it's the agent getting frustrated, but lining up his shot. Virtue to his feet, unaware of what's coming his way. A second headlock driver. Shoots the half, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. The agent putting away Blake Virtue here at the top of Octane episode 33. Just the start of what is sure to be an incredible night of action, guys, with Validation coming up this weekend. Both sides of this war looking to gain that all-important momentum. And the agent starting the night off strong for the hostile takeover. It's got the wounds of war, that's for damn sure. And Ted watching from ringside as the agent celebrates here. Ted not backing down as the agent looks to reclaim what he didn't even truly lose at Mob Violence. Into our first of two championship matchups here tonight, my friends, as Amber Reid continues to prove that she is a fighting champion, really taking those words from Chloe Marks to heart. A couple weeks ago, of course, remember Chloe Marks after Mob Violence calling out Amber Reid, saying, I don't think you really deserve to hold that Women's Hardcore Championship. You've been ignoring it. You haven't been treating it with the respect it deserves. And Amber Reid saying, hang on a minute. Knocking off Chloe Marks in a championship matchup a couple weeks ago, and now going to put her championship on the line again here tonight against a former Women's Hardcore Champion in Mina. Amber Reid preparing, of course, this weekend at Validation to face off against one of her all-time rivals in the debuting Tora Troy Evans. Highly anticipated matchup between those two. Tora Troy Evans, in her contract, a clause that allowed her to pick her very first opponent for her debut at Validation, and she wanted Amber Reid. A little bit risky, if you ask me, on the part of Amber Reid to be defending her championship just less than a week before Validation. An Extreme Rules match, of course. A lot of potential to gain some sort of injury. You know, Tora Troy Evans watching to see if exactly that happens. But a great opportunity that Mina certainly can't pass up, guys. Of course, we know there's not a lot of time left in this season, a little over a month, so all the superstars here in CMV scrambling to get those big wins to walk into next season as a champion, as a big dog. The history maker, the Women's Hardcore Championship in hand, wanting to prove that she's not brushing that championship off to the side. Is that better? Check, 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 1, 2. Oh, yeah. And indeed, as this is for the Women's Hardcore Championship, that means no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission in that ring. Amber Reed, who has nearly held just about every single championship there is to hold in CMV. Of course, the first superstar man or woman to hold 3 championships at the same time. She was the Women's World Champion, the Unified World Tag Team Champion, and the Women's Tag Team Champion. She has been Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. She has been International Champion, Anarchy Champion. Of course, now she is the Women's Hardcore Champion and not looking to let the prestige of that championship down. A fighting champion indeed. Will it catch up to her here tonight? Still a whole lot to look forward to, my friends. Bob Luger one-on-one with Joseph Santos. And of course, in our main event, the Unified World Tag Team Championship gonna be on the line as Dante Tatum and a partner of his choosing gonna challenge the S&S Connection. Johnny Cloudcutter not cleared to compete after suffering yet another injury at the hands of Hunter Quinn last night on Shockwave, so Dante Tatum having to scramble less than 24 hours to find himself a replacement partner, dropping Mina on her head straight out the gate. Not the way Mina wants to get things started here, in the knee to the face. Kick to the chest, caught, turned into a dragon screw. Now, just gonna send Amber Reed flying overhead with that monkey flip. Amber quick to try and get back to her feet, but Mina gonna keep her down with a chicken wing lung blower. The only advantage Mina might have here is her agility. We saw her perhaps try to get up on the top rope, but Amber Reed just not allowing her to do so. Mina trying for a Hurricanrana as Amber Reed tried for some sort of bicycle big boot, but neither connecting. Spinning soul kick into a double knee gutbuster, not once but twice. There we go to the top rope, and perfect positioning as Mina, though, waiting patiently for Amber Reed to get to her feet. What is she looking for here? Missile drop kick, but Amber able to just so easily sidestep it and throws Mina down to the outside just like that. Remember, Extreme Rules matchup, that means no countouts here, but it's not false count anywhere as Amber Reed applies this triangle choke. Could do some big time damage, but can't actually win here at ringside with this maneuver. Mina with some power for such a small individual, able to muster up enough strength to get out of that triangle choke. And now gonna toss Amber Reed off to the side as Mina gets back into the ring. Don't let Mina's appearance fool you. She is a former Women's Hardcore Champion. She knows exactly what it takes to win a matchup like this. Kick to the midsection by the History Maker into a collar that will tie up Mina the quicker with a spinning soul kick. And a stomp out of the wrist. Now sets her up for a half camel clutch. The half camel clutch applied. Amber Reed gets out of it before too much damage can be done. Another spinning soul kick by Mina. And going to toss Amber Reed overhead with the monkey flip. Stomp to the chest, kick to the chest. Speaking of kicks, there's one to the side of Mina's head. And just like that, Amber in a dominant position. Full mount. Some clean elbows getting through. Hammer fists on the way out. Don't want to let Amber Reed get going like this. Now she applies the triangle choke in the ring. Now this could actually mean big time trouble for Mina. Gotta find a way to escape again. Can she muster that strength? But once again, a hoist Amber Reed up. Yes, she can. But that took a lot out of her, as you can see. Visibly drained is Mina. Right back on the attack though. Oh no, Isabella Almas watching right now. Having a panic attack, I'm sure, as Mina ties up Amber Reed. Windsor not in a kick up the bum. And now Mina realizes she perhaps need a bit of help. Digging underneath that ring. Pulls out the metal baseball bat, but Amber Reed smacks it out of her hands. Oh, and dropping Mina head first onto the edge of the baseball bat. That could not have gone worse for Mina. And again, with the snap, dragon suplex into a knee drop. Kick to the top of the head. Mina, one tough cookie to still be standing after that mini onslaught. And now look at this, Amber Reed targeting the back of Mina's head, smashing her head off the floor. Misses that second knee drop attempt. Yeah, Amber Reed, that Windsor knot just gets under the skin. Mina knowing what she's doing though, not a bad strategy. Try to anger Amber Reed, try to knock her off her game. Mina maybe forgetting she did not have to reset the count, tries to go underneath the ring again. This time Amber Reed catches her with a hangman's neck breaker. And these fans in attendance apparently want tables. Oh, what a DDT from the women's hardcore champion that may just completely knocked Mina out. Sleeping on her feet, able to shake it off. Look at this, Amber Reed back in the ring saying, come on then. If you think you're good enough, gonna put her up against the ropes. This is not what Mina wants, man. She's got to find a way to fight back. Amber Reed with a forearm smash in the middle of the back, and another one. Mina drops to the canvas in perfect position as Amber Reed. You never know when she can look for that revolution knee, man. There's a stop to the bicep. Mina comes back with that Hurricane this time. Mina really wants a weapon for herself. Amber Reed looking to stop her as she pulls out a steel chair. The age-old equalizer crucifix driver. Shades of Chloe Marks. Mina, oh my God, just getting yeeted into the barricade there. Amber Reed does not give a fuck. Just treating Mina like a rag doll. Now gut first into the steel steps, the entire ringside area. Oh no, Amber Reed's got the chair. Looks to utilize it, but Mina able to knock the chair out of Amber's hands as she got back to her feet. Super kick to the jaw and then to the back of the head. Mina can't endure much more of this, guys. She's got that fighting spirit. We know Mina's got that heart. But Amber Reed is just absolutely beating the hell out of her right now. Nice counter. Oh, and Amber smacking her elbow off the steel chair. That's not going to tickle. As Mina takes a step back, lines up her shot. Able to duck that kick. Elbow to the jaw. And now Amber Reed thrown down onto the floor as Mina's got the chair again. Charging. But Amber, with a millisecond to spare, sends the chair flying before it can connect with her skull. And now Amber Reed's going for the baseball bat, but Mina from behind with a forearm smash to the middle of the back. Dropping Amber Reed down onto her knee. And Amber, of course, gets right back up. Just an absolute unit. Into the ring we go at long last. Mina first grabbing the bat, though, before joining Amber Reed within the squared circle. Amber gonna take it. Oh, knee to the face. Mina dropping like a sack of stone. As now Amber gonna drag her away from the ropes. Gonna set her up this time, I believe, for the Revolution knee. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, Amber Reed still the women's hardcore champion. Mina bringing the fight here tonight, but still not enough to take that Women's Hardcore Championship from the History Maker. And I'd say Amber Reed is more than ready to meet Tora Troy Evans this weekend at Validation. What a match that's going to be. You do not want to miss it. Amber Reed looking to make Tora Troy Evans regret calling her out. Our third matchup of the evening, my friends, here on Octane, episode 33. Going to be some singles action in the women's division as one half of the women's tag team champions, Beatrice Lotus, preparing to go toe-to-toe with Amy Winters. Going to be a big challenge for the young Lotus. These two, of course, picking up a win just last night on Aftershock against Amber Briggs and Jade Devine, tying things up between the two teams. We've seen Lotus in singles action before, guys, and she is an incredible competitor, the youngest competitor in all of CMV. That's men and women, only 19 years old, and already has accomplished so much in a relatively short amount of time here in CMV. Still to come here tonight, Bob Luger, one-on-one with Joseph Santos. We've got Hugo Steele and Czar teaming up, a truly terrifying tandem there to take on the team of Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt. And you want to talk about impressive guys, look no further than Amy Winters. Ever since her return earlier this season, undefeated. Two-time Women's Intercontinental Champion, former Women's Tag Team Champion Amy Winters has been racking up the dubs left and right. Nobody has been able to touch the Queen. Yes, tonight looking to beat up a child. A tall task for Beatrice Lotus here. But imagine if she can pick up the victory, end this months-long winning streak that Amy Winters has been on. No small feather in the cap of Beatrice Lotus. But again, with the season coming to an end, guys, just a little over a month left. Men, women alike here in CMV. Looking to continue to pick up the big wins. Looking to continue to get those last opportunities before heading into the brand new season. You know that validation, of course, coming up this weekend, but a couple of weeks after validation, my friends, incarcerated scar faces and the return of the Elimination Chamber. Winters getting rocked with that corkscrew neckbreaker early on. Straight back up to her feet, though, into the fight, but Beatrice Lotus able to block that slap attempt. Winters going to try to drag her into the corner, but Lotus escapes with some elbows to the midsection. Of course, the massive Yvonne Ivey at ringside. Going to be tough for Amy Winters to ignore her. Ooh, big time strength shown by Beatrice Lotus there with the Uranagi into a splash. Right out on the apron, she goes to the top rope. Can't ask for better positioning than that. Double boot stomp evaded though by Amy Winters. Looking to catch up with Beatrice Lotus. Ducks that head kick. Big old slap. She got it this time. Kick to the midsection. Punch to the gut. Kick to the gut. And again though, caught by Lotus in the upper of the jaw. 19-year-old Beatrice Lotus against one of the all-time greats in the women's division throughout CMV history. Tries for a cheeky jab, you know, for all that Amy Winters has accomplished, though, for as long as she's been around, has never been women's world champion. Springboard drop kick, quick thinking by Beatrice Lotus, pays off big time as she follows it up with a kick to the side of the head. Shin meet temple. Amy Winters back to her feet, missing that slap, gets the kick to the gut, though, one more time. And the ribs of Beatrice Lotus just getting absolutely hammered on by Amy Winters. Tugs at that arm. Now, like I said before, Beatrice Lotus, no joke. Don't let her age fool you, only 19 years old. Look what she did in the Women's Royal Rumble match at Mob Violence. Broke the record for most eliminations in a Women's Royal Rumble match at 6. Lasted the longest in that matchup as well. Thrown down to the outside, Amy Winters not going to give her. Oh, going to mock her. Look at that, a kiss goodnight perhaps? Maybe Amy Winters is underestimating Beatrice Lotus here. Brings her into a bow and arrow at ringside, not going to do her much good trying to win this match, but certainly a predicament that Beatrice Lotus wants to get out of. There we go, does so with a little tadpole splash. Lotus throwing her right into the barricade, gets back into the ring. Amy Winters already to her feet. Yvonne Ivey showing support for her tag team partner. Oh, Lotus throwing shoulder first into the barricade. That'll jack you up real good. And it looks like Amy Winters is going to continue the attack on the shoulder. They stomp there, and here's the power of Amy Winters. Might not expect it just looking at her, but Amy Winters a powerhouse. Dropping Lotus out of the military press. Responds to Lotus with a one-night stand. Up to the jaws. Referee Johnson gets up to a count of 6. Beatrice Lotus not seeming all that worried. Ooh, the leg of Amy Winters. Bending in a not pretty way, let's say. Look at this, man. Winters just can't stop talking shit in this match. Running her mouth, and Lotus ain't having it. Throws her back into the ring. Winters ready for her, though. Kick to the midsection, able to... Oh, deflect that punch, and there's the snapshot from Beatrice Lotus. Hooks the leg to get the biggest win, perhaps, of her singles career, but 2.999. However, Amy Winters in position for the Houston hangover. Perfectly executed into the pin. That's got to be it. Uno, dos, no. The undefeated streak of Amy Winters remaining intact for now, but I think she's quickly realizing she can't play around with Beatrice Lotus any longer. Spinning side slam using Amy's own against her there. Kick to the gut, props her up for a kick to the chest, tries for another splash, but Winters gets out of the way. The Killer Queen. Unable to capitalize though. Lotus. Headbutt to the hand 3 times. Into a Cobra Clutch. Just freaking ripping Amy Winters there, but able to counter into a Dragon Screw as the 2-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. And now Winters with a pump handle single knee gut buster. Right into a standing shooting star press. Now that was a nice combination. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Not nice enough to keep Beatrice Lotus down for the count though. Lotus in a bad way. Amy Winters looking to put her down for good as she gets up to the top rope. What the hell is Winters looking for here? Lotus in the danger zone. Winters with an attempted crossbody, but goes nowhere whatsoever. However, Lotus still sleeping on her feet, allows Winters to catch her with the single underhook DDT. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Amy Winters getting in Johnson's face saying, come on, you hack. That was a 3 count. Don't play around with me. Grabs Amy Winters, who shouldn't play around with Beatrice Lotus. Wheelbarrow stunner. Winters, out of instinct, I have to imagine, tries to get right back up, but Lotus keeps her down from the camel clutch position. Yvonne Ivy shouting words of encouragement from ringside. Again, misses that splash. Winters quick to take advantage. Irish whip into the corner. The undefeated streak of Amy Winters on the line here as Winters going to pick Lotus up. Walking her out of the corner. A pendulum backbreaker. Not just one. Just carrying Lotus around the ring. Winters again going to show off her power with the deadlift military press, just walking Lotus around. These two are about the same size. Very slowly brings Lotus to her feet. Does Amy Winters kicks the midsection though. Knife edge chop. Beatrice Lotus using the ropes like a tag team partner here to do a number on Amy Winters. Limping. Oh, and caught with another snapshot. Yvonne Ivy prematurely celebrating at ringside. 1, 2. There's a reason Amy Winters has been undefeated since returning, guys, towards the top of this season. But Beatrice Lotus ain't having it. To the top rope again, looking for a second Houston hangover. Connects! Into the pin for a huge win. 1, 2, 3. Beatrice Lotus ending the months-long winning streak of Amy Winters here tonight. Big dub for the young Beatrice Lotus. Yvonne Ivy knew it was game over too. Beatrice Lotus yet again proving that she should not be slept on. Only 19 years old. Coming up next, my friends, here on Octane episode 33, another guaranteed banger. Of course, at the top of the show, we saw the agent pick up big-time momentum for Team Jackson Wright with a win against the Anarchy champion Blake Virtue. And Bob Luger looking to continue the trend. Of course, representing Team Jackson Wright as he'll face off against the Rat in the Hat, Joseph Santos, who earlier this week let the CMV Universe know how excited he is for this match. I'm excited to face someone the caliber of Bob Luger, excited to beat someone the caliber of Bob Luger and get back on track, not only heading into the tug-of-war match, but also in his venture to become global champion once again before this season comes to an end. Joseph Santos, despite all that has transpired over the past month or so, remaining in good spirits and knows that this huge win here tonight, and a huge win it certainly would be for Joseph Santos. He said himself, proving that he deserves to be amongst the likes of Bob Luger, that he deserves to be in the upper echelon here in CMV. Couple that with being on the winning side in the tug-of-war match this weekend at Validation, Joseph Santos knows that'll get him closer to another shot at the CMV Global Championship. First time encounter here between these two. The work ethic titan Bob Luger, the Rat in the Hat Joseph Santos. Santos going to try to tie things up here tonight on Octane episode 33. Between the two sides, this bitter war. Quick to give Luger a taste of the top turnbuckle. Luger wasting no time going after the arm. Santos, no idiot. First time matchup here between these two. I believe he did his homework. He watched the tape. Knows he's got to avoid letting Luger get after his arm. Lionsault into the pin to try to end this early. Only gets a 1 count though. No such luck. But the Rat in the Hat springboard, a wheelbarrow. Does not go anywhere for Santos as Luger instead going to catch him from behind. Brings him up into the electric chair. Spins him around. Counters to Santos into a Hurricane Rana. Quick thinking. Santos to the top rope. Luger going to try to cut him off, but Santos instead with another Hurricane Rana. Great many who can't keep up with the speed and agility of Joseph Santos. Now drops down to the canvas. Going to try to beat Luger at his own game. Modified crossface. But the Cardio Maniac with a knee to the back of the head and a punch right between the eyes sets himself free. Back elbow. Luger dropping Santos down onto his knee. Action rolls out of the way. See, if I were Santos, I'd rely on my speed, my agility, the upper hand I'd have against someone like Bob Luger, who certainly's got that power advantage, who certainly is going to be able to out-wrestle Joseph Santos. Hits the wheelbarrow this time. Bulldog. Bullseye. Doesn't stop there to Santos. Another Hurricane Rana. Enough, though, says Bob Luger. Counters this one into a power bomb. Now goes after the leg, the left leg. Oh, boy. Tying up the wrist. Cattle mutilation. Or perhaps recto mutilation. Escapes kick to the back of the head. Jeez. Santos to the top. Could he be looking for the frog splash already? Yes, no, the lowdown. Switching it up into the pin, though. Santos won. A 1 count. Can't believe that, can Santos. Looking perhaps for another Lionsault now. Just trying to keep the pressure on Bob Luger. Dare I say, Santos been largely in control since that bell rang. Another Lionsault. Santos. Oh, just like that, gets caught. Wait a minute. Bob looking for the Coney Island Cyclone, but the 10 coming out onto the stage, distracting the work ethic Titan. Hang on a minute, and Santos with a crucifix pin, 1. Joseph Santos seeing his life flash before his eyes there. He was caught in the Coney Island Cyclone, but thanks to the 10, Santos able to get free now, trying to fight back. Another springboard. Bulldog busts Luger open. Santos working quickly while he's got Luger stunned. Ted looks like he's sticking around. The proverbial spectator here tonight. He was ringside for the Agent Blake Virtue match at the top of the show. Luger, though, going with the Coney Island Cyclone again. This time Santos saves himself with a reverse DDT. Now from the corner, the Rat in the Hat with a super kick. 1, 2. Santos looking over at Ted, stunned, but straight back to work. Santos looking for the Florida Flatliner. 1, 2, 3, no! Santos looking up at Johnson saying, that wasn't 3, mi amigo. Cannot believe it. Springboard. Don't know what that was supposed to be. But lucky for Santos, Luger's still down. Maybe playing possum though. Able to push Santos back. Got him by the arm. Hammerlock. Side slam. Innovative is Luger with his offense that targets the arm. Nasty cut in the middle of his forehead. Great drop kick by the second generation superstar and a stomp to the bicep. Not allowing Santos to take the ball and run home with it. Ted trying to make sure that Team Madison Wright evens the score here tonight. Trying to give Santos a helping hand. Springboard moonsault. Luger tried to roll out of the way, but simply not quick enough. And now Santos going to grab a hold of his arm. Smacking it right down onto the canvas. While he's got the upper hand, Luger writhing in agony here, getting beat at his own game. Springboard leg drop to the ass. Luger looking not so great as Santos flips him over, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Again, though, a close call for Joseph Santos. He's just got to stay on top of Luger here, man, like what on rights. Oh! What a wheel kick. Vintage Bob Luger now gives him the chance he needs. Looking for the Luger landing, maybe. Santos, though, fights back, kicks the midsection, caught with an elbow to the knee, and Luger for the 3rd time looking for the Coney Island Cyclone, and this time he's going to hit it. Into the pin. 1, 2. Santos grabs the bottom rope, but no, he grabbed it too late. And Johnson did not see it. A tragic end for Joseph Santos here tonight, as Bob Luger with a comeback win, man. Santos dominating this matchup. But thanks to a bit of luck there for Luger in the end, Team Jackson Wright continuing to dominate here tonight on Octane episode 33. Well, so far, my friends, we've seen here tonight on Octane, episode 33, Team Jackson Wright gaining a whole lot of momentum going into the tug-of-war match this weekend at Validation. The Agent knocking off Blake Virtue at the top of the show. We just saw the Ted attempting to help out Joseph Santos against Bob Luger, but in the end, not enough. Luger picking up the win. Will Jackson Wright and his team continue to rack up the dubs here tonight? As coming up next, perhaps the most terrifying duo in CMV history. The Bull Hugo Steele and the Iranian Hulk Czar, damn near a ton. Hugo Steele over 300 pounds, Czar 400 pounds, damn near a ton combined. And Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt gonna have their work cut out for them here. Good thing Ogon isn't here. He might be having a heart attack seeing this matchup. He's falling out of his chair. Mozzarella sticks falling over the floor. Wow, Duo Maxwell. Unbelievable, Suntan. Well, of course, guys, Czar has been relentlessly targeting Troy Colt over the last couple of weeks. Remember what he did to Troy Colt 2 weeks ago, powerbombing him off the loading dock through a table, but Troy Colt even still fighting through that pain to enter the men's Royal Rumble match at Mob Violence, and we finally had the two go face-to-face. Last episode of Octane, Czar did pick up the win in the end, but it was Troy Colt who had the last laugh after Czar sarcastically offered a handshake. Troy Colt knocked him out with one punch to the jaw. Troy Colt saying, "Don't play with me." But it is definitely interesting to see Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt teaming up. They have quite a history with one another, but forced to partner up here tonight to face off against some common enemies. They're going to have to rely on each other. They have any hope of leaving here tonight, not only with the win in one piece. Andrew Briggs has just not had a whole lot of fun over the past month or so. Continually getting jumped. Continually having his scheduled matches interrupted. First by Jay Young, and then, of course, last episode of Octane, Hugo Steele attacked Kwame Bullet, threw him out onto the stage, took his place in the match against Andrew Briggs, and then beat Andrew Briggs after a phenomenal matchup. Andrew Briggs fresh off of making history in the men's Royal Rumble match, lasting 30 minutes. The greatest run ever, point blank period. But it's definitely apropos, guys, to see Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt teaming up here tonight. Less than a week away from Validation, because it was last year's Validation event that Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt went one-on-one. It was really the first big breakout moment for Troy Colt, knocking off Andrew Briggs at last year's Validation event. And that's what really started Troy Colt's ascent to the top of the game here in CMV. And now the two teaming together here tonight. Czar, of course, a part of Team Jackson Wright. Troy Colt, a part of Team Madison Wright. As I think Hugo Steele just wants to rip off Andrew Briggs' head. nothing else. Just a very direct objective for Hugo Steele here tonight. A couple of punches to the side of Andrew's head as these two get things started. Targets the arm in a very early tag here to Troy Colt. Oh, and Hugo Steele leaving his feet for a drop kick. And tags in Czar, knowing that Czar wants to make Troy Colt pay for his cheap shot last episode of Octane. Czar, no time to waste using that power of his, dropping Colt chest first down on the top rope, now into a dragon screw. Kick to the side of the head. Czar pretty agile for someone his size. Kicks the chest though, caught, turned into a dragon stew. Makes that tag to Andrew Briggs. Still to come here tonight, my friends, on Octane episode 33. Ellie Quinn going to be going one-on-one with Maggie Shaw. Momentum on the line for those two. Going into the very first ever women's tug-of-war match at Validation this weekend. Team Ellie Quinn versus Team Keo. And in our main event, the Unified World Tag Team Championship is going to be on the line, guys. Xander Slate and Shay Hoxton defending against Dante Tatum, and a partner of his choosing was originally supposed to be Johnny Cloudcutter, but Cloudcutter not cleared to compete by the CMV Docs after that no-holds-bar match last night on Shockwave, so Tatum given less than 24 hours to find a replacement partner, busting Andrew Briggs opens arm, making the tag to Hugo Steele. And Hugo, like a great white shark, smells that blood, baby, going right in for the kill. Collar and elbow tie-up, gonna lead Hugo Steele to try and drag Andrew Briggs into the corner, but Briggs escapes, tries for a spinning back fist. Goes right over Hugo's head, though. Knife edge chop right in front of Troy Cole. Nothing he can do about it, though, unless he wants to risk a disqualification. Pushed back as Andrew Briggs against the ropes. And yet again, Hugo Steele going to use that rope as a weapon, trying to rip off the arm of Andrew Briggs. Bring it home and gnaw on it. Andrew Briggs, guys, busted open on both sides of his head at this point. He's got a nasty gash on the, just next to his right eye, and a deep cut, it looks like, on the left side of his head, around his temple. Hugo Steele, oh, Samoan drop by the bull. Tag to Czar. Andrew Briggs has got to get the hell out of here, man. He's got to make that tag to Troy Cole. He's so close, but Czar stopping him just in time. And no! The Czar hug! The Czar hug locked in! Zaddy Czar trying to squeeze the life out of Andrew Briggs here. Troy Cole trying to help, but Czar just completely ignoring him. Finally, lets Andrew Briggs go. Oh my God! Troy Cole pays for it, though, with a tombstone pile driver. My God, man, this is just a murder we are witnessing in that ring. The team of Hugo Steele and Czar. Andrew Briggs still fighting, though, rolling neck snap, doing all he can to keep his head above the water. Czar pushing him back. Just drops into the pin, perhaps trying to show some mercy. But Andrew Briggs, wow! That was a lot closer than I was expecting. Czar sensing that, goes in for the kill, looking for the Michinoku driver. Counters, notice Briggs with the knee to the midsection, and Briggs with a belly-to-back slam. Doesn't stop there, but Czar breaking free with a knee to the gut. Troy Cole just getting back up. As we see in the ring, Yokosuka Cutter from the Iranian Hulk. Andrew Briggs out of instinct, just trying to get the hell out of that goddamn ring right now. Tag to Hugo Steele. Looks like he's going to allow Andrew Briggs to make the tag. Apparently he wants a piece of Troy Cole. Can Cole turn things around? Knife edge chop, and again, tries to go low, but Hugo Steele was ready for it. Fights back, does Colt, tries for a head kick, able to duck it as Hugo Steele. The former Zero-G champion. Giving Troy Cole a taste of that top rope. Give some time to make the tag to Czar. Troy Cole not going to like seeing that as he gets back to his feet. Going to send the big man down to the outside. Whoa! It tries for a slingshot senton, but Czar, like I said, for someone his size, man, can move pretty fast. He got out of the way, and look at he split. Boos from these fans here in attendance. Apparently they are a fan of the team of Hugo Steele and Czar. This is not Troy Cole country. Knee to the midsection. Throwing Troy Colt into the apron. Czar just having his way with Colt. Jesus. Hoisting him up like it's nothing. like Troy Colt weighs nothing. Up to a count of 8 here. Czar does not give a damn, though, as he presses all of his weight down onto the gut of Colt. Finally brings him back into the ring, and Czar just takes his time, but that gives Troy Colt a chance to make the hot tag. However, I don't know how much better shape Andrew Briggs is in. Goes for a last call. Briggs able to drop down behind. Up against the ropes. Ooh, tries for a high kick. Briggs, though, gets himself caught up in the ropes there. Tries for the big boot to Czar. Briggs sidesteps into a Russian leg sweep into side control. Raining down the right hands. Briggs seeing an opportunity here as he tries to drag Czar into the corner, but Czar overpowering Briggs back and forth here between the two. Adamant is Andrew Briggs, but so is Czar. Not allowing the benchmark with CMV to try and go for whatever he's going for. Another Yokosuka cutter, this time into the pin. Czar thinks he has it won, and he very well may here. Only a 1 count? Playing with Andrew Briggs. Czar. Oh, another Czar hug. Zaddy Czar squeezing and squeezing. Will Troy Colt be quick enough? Yes, he is. Barely in time to save Andrew Briggs there. Did he really save Andrew Briggs, though? As Czar takes out Troy Colt, too, throwing Troy Colt right on top of Andrew Briggs. Briggs just out like a light right now, giving Czar all the time in the world to have some fun with Troy Colt. Andrew Briggs beginning to stir. Czar still focused on Troy Colt. Briggs, oh, walks right into the big boot, man. Good night. 1, 2, 3. A dominant tag team victory for Hugo Steele and Czar. That was a one-sided beatdown if I have ever seen one. Just took out 2 former world champions like nothing. Like nothing. Another win for Team Jackson Wright on the night. And going into validation this weekend, guys, seems like Jackson Wright has put together an indestructible team for that tug-of-war match. Into our tertiary main event we go, my friends, here on Octane episode 33. Of course, still to come in our main event, the Unified World Tag Team Championship gonna be on the line as Xander Slayton Shea Hoxton defend against Dante Tatum and a partner of his choosing. But first, on the verge of making history this weekend at Validation, the very first ever women's tug-of-war match is Team Ellie Quinn versus Team Keo and Miss Magnificent 8. That's right, in case you didn't see it. A couple of weeks ago, Ellie Quinn defeating Jane Stone to become the new holder of the Magnificent 8 briefcase, meaning she can now cash in anytime, anywhere for a shot at the Women's World Championship. But at the moment, focused fully on this weekend, on Validation, and on making Keo pay. Just last night on Shockwave, we saw members of Team Keo, Nova and Riley Van Wilson, knock off members of Team Ellie Quinn and Violet Evans and Ashley Riot. But of course, also last night, Ellie Quinn viciously assaulting Keo in the parking lot. Yet again, letting her know things between them will be over when Ellie Quinn says they are over, and not a moment, not a second sooner. Ellie Quinn, a woman scorned. She will not rest until she puts Keo 6 feet under her here tonight. Ellie Quinn taking on a member of Team Keo and the second generation superstar, Maggie Shaw. Of course, has been embroiled in a heated rivalry with Isabella Almas over the past month and change. I'm sure she's hoping to get hands on Isabella Almas in the tug-of-war match at Validation. But here tonight, gonna have her hands full with Ellie Quinn. Ellie Quinn, Maggie Shaw going into Validation head-to-head here tonight as Johnson rings that bell. Collar double tie-up. Ellie Quinn immediately perhaps looking for that Impaler DDT of hers, but Maggie Shaw, the bigger of the two, gonna knock Ellie Quinn down with some elbows to the side of the head. Leg drop, but we know Maggie Shaw not just once, twice misses the second leg drop though. Ellie Quinn, with some quick thinking, gets back to her feet. Definitely don't want to get into a slugfest with Maggie Shaw, daughter of all-time brawler Billy Shaw. Knocked into the corner. That's where Ellie Quinn wants her, but Maggie Shaw not having any of it. One kick after the other to the chest. Maggie goes after the knees, does Ellie Quinn. Trying to soften Maggie Shaw up, perhaps for that Tequila Sunrise Ellie Quinn has been fancying as of late. Right now, throws her out onto the apron, though. Drop kick Maggie Shaw, wow. Able to avoid that by the skin of her teeth. Validation this weekend, my friends. Haven't decided yet if it's going to be Friday or Saturday. Keep you posted on the Discord, on the Twitter. But it is an event you do not want to miss. The very first ever women's tug-of-war match. Team Ellie Quinn versus Team Keo. Bison, the men's Royal Rumble match winner, challenges Chris Diamond for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Tora Troy Evans making her in-ring CMV debut against Amber Reed. Women's Royal Rumble match winner, Ari Lee, challenging Ashley Rain for the Women's World Championship. And of course, the biggest tug-of-war match to date, the Future of CMV at stake. Team Jackson Wright versus Team Madison Wright. Suicide DDT by Ellie Quinn. Holy shit. And that deserves a "This is awesome" chant from these fans here in attendance. Ellie Quinn stomping on the down Maggie Shaw. Kick to the top of the head. Oh, of course it won't be on Sunday. I'm going to be in Manhattan on Sunday. Only for the Eagles. Some more murderous stomps to the chest of Maggie Shaw. Just throwing her hither and yon. Ellie Quinn currently having her way with Maggie, but gets herself an opening quickly back into the ring. And look at that, telling Ellie Quinn, get into the goddamn ring. Catching her as she does so. Quinn tries to act fast, but Maggie quicker. DDT. Ellie Quinn trying to get back into the fight, but Maggie Shaw making sure to stay on top of her, saying, you, sister. Double axe handle after spinning her around, grabs her by the hair. The vintage Maggie Shaw right here. Closed fist to the dome piece. 1, 2. Looking for what would be a bit of an upset, but former Women's World Champion, current Miss Magnificent 8, Ellie Quinn, not out of the woods just yet. Maggie Shaw with the Shaw driver. 1, 2. Still not enough to put Ellie Quinn away. Tries to catch her with an elbow to the gut, but Ellie Quinn rolling her up. Not going to try to steal it, though. Schoolboy suplex. Quinn goes for a head kick. Maggie Shaw ducks it. Trying to take Ellie Quinn for a walk. Forearm smash up against the ropes. Maggie Shaw. Oh, not again! Ellie Quinn, it worked so well the first time. Looking for that suicide DDT. Good God! What has gone into Ellie Quinn here tonight? Maybe trying to make sure Maggie Shaw doesn't make it to validation. Yokosuka cutter. Trying to give her team an advantage by taking out Ellie Quinn here tonight. Should think Ellie Quinn trying to take out Maggie Shaw. Continuing the punishment that Violet Evans laid on Maggie Shaw last night on Shockwave. She was ringside for that tag team match. Violet Evans just kept going out of the ring and attacking Shaw, knowing that Shaw couldn't do anything. Get her team disqualified. Ellie Quinn thrown into the steel steps. Maggie Shaw not going to let Keo down, not going to let her team down. Standing her ground here. Forearm smash up to a count of 5. Ellie Quinn scrambling to get to her feet. Maggie Shaw right there to meet her. Going all the way around the ring, evidently. Jesus Christ. Like I said before, you do not want to stand and bang with Maggie Shaw. Ellie Quinn knows that, taking her down, stomp to the bicep. Quinn just gets back into the ring, says, fuck this. And now she's the one taunting Maggie Shaw. She's the one saying, get back into the ring then. But Shaw not going to fall for it. Forcing Ellie Quinn to come and collect her. Snake eyes on the apron. Blinding Maggie Shaw just long enough for Quinn to throw her shoulder first into the barricade. And Quinn looking like she's done. Oh, maybe not. Gets a bit impatient. Thought she was going to try to win by count out there. Sees Maggie Shaw beginning to stir, though. Kick to the gut. Maggie Shaw catches it. Again, going to spin her around. Tries to step back. Quinn grabbing the ankle. Ankle lock. Ankle lock applied by Ellie Quinn. Not going to do her any good in terms of winning this matchup here at ringside, but if she breaks Maggie Shaw's ankle, well, goodbye Maggie Shaw at validation, but Shaw escapes, gets back into the ring. Ellie Quinn right on her tail. Maggie Shaw saying, bring it on. Ellie Quinn gonna bring it, puts her up on the top rope. Oh no, what is she cooking up here, guys? Ellie Quinn! What the hell is this? Holy shit! Moonsault, fallaway slam, 1, 2! Huh? Huh? Ellie Quinn not having it. These fans chanting fight forever, but Ellie Quinn trying to put Maggie Shaw down for good with the Impaler DDT. Shaw keeps her at bay with those elbows to the side of the head, and the second generation superstar putting Ellie Quinn out onto the apron, tries for a right hook. Oh, drops her on the top rope, sends her down to the outside. Quinn gets right back up. Maggie Shaw gonna help her. Sends her back into the ring. Ellie doing her best to not let Maggie Shaw take control, but it's too little too late for that. Punch between the eyes, right into the pin. 1, 2. What a matchup here in our tertiary main event. Just a taste of what's to come in the women's tug-of-war match this weekend at Validation. Misses the leg drop. That gives Ellie Quinn the opening, goes for the Impaler DDT, counters into a DDT. Absolute scenes here. Ellie Quinn, though, will not stay down. Whoa! Hip toss turned into a neck breaker. Talk about your reflexes. Shaw driver! Shaw driver! A second time! 1, 2, 3! Ellie Quinn taken down by Maggie Shaw here tonight! Ellie Quinn doing her best to take out Maggie Shaw here tonight. Keep her from showing up at Validation. But everything she tried, everything she threw at Maggie Quinn, nothing in the end. Keeping the second generation superstar down. Maggie Shaw picking up a last bit of momentum for Team Keo. Our co-main event up next, guys, as Ugbjorn back in action. Should I say the reinvigorated Ugbjorn, the refocused Ugbjorn. Now that he's got the Red Fox, Reese Matthews, by his side. We saw him pick up that win last episode of Octane against Levi Marta, and looking to continue his winning ways here tonight as he battles Devin Hooper, who just made his debut last night on Aftershock, actually picking up a win alongside Ricardo Luis against Robert Cross and Michael Hawk. So let's not sleep on Mr. Hooper here. Coming up next in our main event, guys, the Unified World Tag Team Championship gonna be on the line as the S&S Connection, Slayton Hawks, defend against Dante Tatum and a partner of his choosing. This night, Octane episode 33 has been dominated by Team Jackson Wright. The Agent knocking off Blake Virtue, Bob Luger knocking off Joseph Santos, Hugo Steele and Czar knocking off Andrew Briggs and Troy Colts. Will it culminate with Team Jackson Wright on top? Or can Dante Tatum and his partner, whoever it may be, not only leave with the Unified World Tag Team Championship, but leave with some much needed momentum for Team Madison Wright going into validation? But it was Ugbjorn, guys, who, following Mob Violence, had a vision of a red fox that would lead him to his destiny here in CMV. And he found his red fox, none other than the total package, Reese Matthews, brought back to CMV to lead Ugbjorn to whatever this destiny may be. And we saw just how refocused Ugbjorn was last episode of Octane, laying out Levi Marta. Will Devin Hooper stand in the way of Ugbjorn's destiny here tonight? Or will he be trampled? Devin Hooper, understandably not looking exactly elated about this matchup. The Red Fox, Reese Matthews, looking debonair at ringside. The former Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, of course, originally was hesitant to return to CMV, but Ugbjorn didn't really give him a choice. Oh, throws out a spinning European uppercut. Doesn't even phase Ugbjorn, though. Hooper doing his best to try and square up. Ugbjorn keeping him back, throws him out onto the apron. Oh, God, Hooper having his face covered as Ugbjorn fires off. Closed fist after closed fist across the chest. And goodbye. Sent toppling down to the outside. Ugbjorn follows it up by smashing his knee off the floor. Kicks the chest, though. Hooper gonna catch that, turn it into a dragon screw. Tries to work quickly, gets back into the ring. Ugbjorn gonna take his sweet time, playing with his food perhaps. Reese Matthews barking strategy from ringside as Ugbjorn throws Hooper into the corner. Just tossing him overhead like it ain't no thing but a chicken wang. Crashing into the turnbuckles, but Hooper grabs the arm. Second. Devin trying again to put hands on Ugbjorn. Easier said than done as he drags him into the corner. Ugbjorn brings him to a halt with some elbows to the gut. Throws him up into the fireman's carry position. Gonna give him the old snake eyes. Falls into the corner where Ugbjorn wants him. Look at that, holding his knee to Hooper's throat. Gotta be careful not to get disqualified, but Ugbjorn knowing what he's doing. Stomp to the midsection. Slowly brings him up to his feet. Ugbjorn gonna fire off with a deadly combination. Hooper getting whacked like a piñata right now as Ugbjorn takes him down with the pendulum backbreaker stretch. Bending him over his knee, trying to break him in half. This is completely a one-sided mauling. Ugbjorn throwing Hooper off to the side after those knees to the midsection, but Hooper still with some fight. Stomps the arm of Ugbjorn, and again, Reese Matthews not liking what he's seeing from ringside. Misses that stomp though. Ugbjorn charging Hooper. Able to throw him out onto the apron. Hooper giving himself some breathing room. Drop kick knocking Ugbjorn down to the outside. And look at that, Hooper. The energy coursing through his veins. Looks like he's got a bit of fan support here. As Hooper going to allow Ugbjorn to get back to his feet. Reese Matthews hip hip hooraying for Ugbjorn getting back up. And Hooper just throws him right back down to the outside. Look at Hooper being a bit cheeky. Now going to go and collect Ugbjorn. Spins around with that hook to the jaw. Ugbjorn fires back with an elbow. Oh God, and now I think Hooper made Ugbjorn angry. Gonna crack that back scoop slam onto the apron before throwing him chest first into the apron. Using the ring like a weapon to pummel poor Devin Hooper here, but poor Devin Hooper impressed with the fight he's delivering. Look at this Hangman's neck breaker. Stomping on the down Ugbjorn, who shoots back. A kick to the side of the head. Hooper thrown now into the steel steps, just getting a taste of absolutely every single part of the ring and ringside area. Count of 6, Ugbjorn dissecting Devin Hooper at this point. God! Lifting him up into a side slam. Thinking about getting back in the ring, but then goes back for some more.
9.
Power slam. Oh, God, what a landing.
10.
Some oof behind it, up to a count of 10. Ugbjorn
11.
doesn't seem to give a shit, though. He's having too much fun.
12.
Beating the holy hell out of Devin Hooper right now. Another
13.
spinning side slam. Count of 13. Ugbjorn not going to play with fire, though. Gets back into the ring. And showing off the muscles. Waiting very patiently for Hooper to wake up. He might be out on his feet, though. Oh, Ugbjorn breaking the count. He doesn't want to win that way. He wants to win dominantly. Might have been a mistake. Should have taken the win when he had the opportunity, perhaps. Already back up to a count of 3 as Ugbjorn immediately begins hammering away, but misses that head drop. That gives Devin Hooper the opening he needs. Goes for another Hangman's neckbreaker. He's got Ugbjorn by the beard. Ugbjorn saying, "What you thinking? Hangman's neckbreaker of his own. You don't touch the beard."
8.
That's a cardinal sin.
9.
Count of 9 as Ugbjorn looks for the head drop again. Misses. Gonna give himself a concussion if he keeps that up.
11.
Elbow to the side of the head. Ugbjorn with a 110th straight slam. The back of Devin Hooper getting repeatedly slammed down onto the floor. Ugbjorn busted open. Look at these elbows from Hooper.
15.
Hooper with a single leg takedown, guys. We're up to a count of 15 right now. 16. We are getting into dangerous territory. Devin Hooper gets back into the ring. And he's going to mock Ugbjorn. I don't know if that's a good idea. Ugbjorn back into the ring. Devin Hooper on top of him. Kick to the midsection. Hooper with a neck breaker. Devin Hooper. Holy shit. With an air raid siren face buster. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Into the pin. 1, 2. Devin Hooper impressing last night in his debut alongside Ricardo Luis with a win against Robert Cross, and Michael Hawkins looking to follow it up here tonight to the top rope. Devin Hooper beckoning for Ugbjorn to get to his feet. Oh, what a reversal by Ugbjorn. Catching Hooper mid-air as he was looking for, I think, a blockbuster. Hooper trying to pick Ugbjorn up, gets caught with a dragon screw. Ugbjorn gotta stop playing with Hooper here, or he's gonna end up paying for it. Hooper, reverse STO, smacking Ungur's face right off that middle turnbuckle, making it all bloody. Now some stomps to the bicep. Hooper with the fire here. Good Lord, man. Love it what I am seeing from Hooper. Oh. That's just how quickly the tide can turn. Ungurn says enough is enough. Looking to put Hooper away with Odin's curse. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, Octane with another win en route to meeting his destiny here in CMV. Yeah, you get hit with that Odin's curse, man. It is lights out. It's game over. Who can stop Octane and the Red Fox? I don't think a single soul is going to stop Octane from reaching his destiny. Well, it is now time, guys, for our main event of the evening here on Octane, episode 33. And originally, we were supposed to see Johnny Cloudcutter and Dante Tatum here tonight challenge the SNS Connection for the Unified World Tag Team Championship. But as we saw last night on Shockwave, Hunter Quinn defeating Johnny Cloud Cutter in that no-holds-barred match, and Cloud Cutter hit with another injury not cleared by the CMV doctors to compete here tonight. So Dante Tatum tasked with finding himself a partner in less than 24 hours, but it seems like he has. Calling on his pseudo-protege, Brandon Ace, to back him up here tonight. You know, last month it was Brandon Ace, Dante Tatum one-on-one, and after the matchup, the two shook hands, despite Jackson Wright eagerly attempting to recruit Brandon Ace for the hostile takeover. Ace spitting in the face of the Shockwave general manager, instead showing respect to Dante Tatum. The two also teaming up to earn a victory alongside one another. Might be a better opportunity for Dante Tatum to actually leave here tonight with some gold, because I was wondering how in the hell Johnny Cloudcutter and Dante Tatum would work together, be able to actually put all that history behind them. Of course, uniting to face that common enemy in Jackson Wright, but could they really just bury all those feelings? Dante Tatum, more than gold, more than any win, just wants to avenge Ken Donahue, wants to avenge Chain Reaction dismantled at the hands of Jackson Wright. Looking to lead Team Madison Wright to victory this weekend at Validation, the biggest tug-of-war match to date. And the 24-karat superstar, I'm sure, more than happy to show up here tonight, help out his buddy Dante Tatum, and perhaps earn his first taste of championship gold. Coming off of some big-time wins, Paul Devine just last night on Aftershock, and of course, last week on Shockwave, a win against Richard Delaney. Brandon Ace could have been a major asset for Jackson Wright in the hostile takeover, but instead, he decided not to be anybody's bitch. He's his own man. He makes his own way. And it might pay off here tonight. You know, I talked about during that one-on-one match between Brandon Ace and Dante Tatum last month, the similarities. See so much of Dante Tatum and Brandon Ace. Tonight they look to leave together the new Unified World Tag Team Champions. The SNS Connection can't be happy about this. I'm sure they were hoping Dante Tatum wouldn't be able to find anybody. Give them an easy win here tonight. But no such luck for Slayton Hawks. Their first defense of the Unified World Tag Team Championship. Of course, both a part of Team Jackson Wright this weekend at Validation. And here tonight we have seen Team Jackson Wright reign supreme. The Agent defeating Blake Virtue. Bob Luger defeating Joseph Santos. Hugo Steele and Czar defeating Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt. They have been sweeping up, earning that important momentum. Will it continue here in the main event? Or can Brandon Ace and Dante Tatum turn things around at the finish line? The very future of CMV is at stake this weekend at Validation, when it's brother versus sister. Jackson Wright versus Madison Wright. Will Jackson's hostile takeover achieve victory? Will the company enact their plan to take over all of CMV? Well, right here, right now, it's about the Unified World Tag Team Championship. Dante Tatum, multiple time holder of the Unified World Tag Team Championship. As we said, this would be Brandon Ace's very first taste of championship gold here in CMV. A decorated competitor all around the world, known throughout the years. We know that it's not the first time Hawks and Slate have held the Unified World Tag Team Championship. Xander Slate himself, one of the most decorated tag team competitors in CMV history. Brandon Ace and Dante Tatum, the SNS connection. The last bit of momentum on the line here, as well as the Unified World Tag Team Championship going into validation this weekend, baby! That's what it's all about here. I see Dante Tatum kick things off against Shea Hoxton. Referee Johnson ring that bell and let's get it on our main event. Quick kick attempt. This is the match that we were supposed to see back at Mob Violence, but as we know, Shea Hoxton whispering sweet nothings into the ear of Richard Delaney, convincing him to betray Chain Reaction, join the company, and at Mob Violence, Delaney's absolutely ripping through Dante Tatum. A final dagger in the back of the catalyst that led to the downfall once and for all of Chain Reaction, but Dante still left standing, still fighting for Ken Donahue, for Chain Reaction, for the Future of CMV Northern Lights Suplex. Great counter. It's Dante Tatum a 2 count very early on. Hoxton gonna get sent out onto the apron. Now gonna get sent down to the outside with that drop kick to the chest. Tatum, though, gonna stay on top of him like a monkey on a cupcake, hook to the jaw, spins him around. Lifting reverse DDT at ringside. Gonna get Shea Hoxton at a point with the chiropractor. Tries that kick to the shin, but a Tanahashi clothesline instead. Great reversal by Dante Tatum into a fisherman's driver. Definitely gonna need that appointment with the chiropractor. Hurricanrana throwing Hoxton down. Up to a count of 7 already, and we know that the SNS Connection, they have that champion's advantage. They can retain via countout, via disqualification. Still leave here tonight with the Unified World Tag Team Championship. But for Brandon Ace and Dante Tatum, they got to win by pinfall submission in the ring. Back into the ring, Shea Hoxton at the count of 10. Gonna immediately grab Tatum by the beard, just smack the shit out of him. And again, Tatum getting absolutely lit up. Hoxton looking to bring him up into a powerbomb position, but Dante Tatum getting himself free. Wheelbarrow throwing Hoxton down into the corner. Closes that distance. Tries to put hands on Hoxton, but Hoxton instead gonna pop him up into the air, drops down behind. Anyway, reverse DDT. Shea Hoxton desperately looking to make the tag. Tag is made to Brandon Ace. Here we go. Double tag. In comes Ace. In comes Slate. And Slate with a pop-up. Catching him with a European uppercut on the way down. Tries for a stop, but Brandon Ace so fast. Already back to his feet. Fisherman's driver. Immediately tagging Dante Tatum back in. Oh, the sunset flip powerbomb! Vintage Tatum doesn't go for the pin, though. Knowing who he's in the ring against, say what you will about Xander Slate, he ain't going to be taken out so easily. Now goes for the pin. Might be too little too late if there actually were an opportunity for Tatum to end the match right there. In position for the standing moonsault. Hoxton back up out of the apron. To the corner, Dante Tatum lining up his shot, and we know for what. Decapitated, but Slate able to step back, narrowly avoiding having his head taken off there. And some stomps to the hand. Followed up by a big splash. Took a little bit too long, though. Tatum not hanging around to get flattened there by the OG Dirty Heel. Package sit-out powerbomb. No pin attempt. Instead wants to keep the attack. Going on Xander Slate. Wheelbarrow. Throwing the one-eyed man down, gets right back up. Tatum waiting for him. Head scissors. You can expect we're in the ring with Dante Tatum, man. Just keeps throwing shit at you. Non-stop. Kick to the jaw. Brandon Ace gonna give Dante Tatum room to work here. The Catalyst with a draw kick to the chest. Followed up by a deadlift powerbomb. And the final flash right to the good eye of Xander Slate. Trying to blind this poor man. Brings Brandon Ace back in. The 24-karat superstar, hailed rightfully so, if you ask me, as a future world champion here in CMV. The lowdown! Xander Slate looking up at the lights as Brandon Ace just bombards him. Now a revolution knee into the pin to become Unified World Tag Team Champion, but only a 2-count. Hawks late to the party. Doesn't matter anyhow, though. Dante Tatum going to take him out of play for the time being. Brandon Ace only been in CMV, guys, 3-4 months. But in that amount of time, he has elevated himself to a top competitor on Shockwave. Look at ringside. Spinning Michinoku driver back in the ring, though. Xander Slate with the Macho Man elbow drop. Right to the heart of Brandon Ace. Into the pin. 1, 2. Not enough to retain the Unified World Tag Team Championship, though. I don't think Slate's done. Gonna go for that big splash. This time he hits the mark. Shea Hoxton and Dante Tatum continuing to fight at ringside as in the ring. Xander Slate having his way with Brandon Ace. Kick to the chest, caught, turns into a dragon screw. Hoxton back up onto the apron. As we see Brandon Ace grab the arm of Xander Slate. Takes him down to one knee, fights back as the OG Dirty Heel. Some well-placed punches to the gut. Speaking of the gut, a kick by Brandon Ace. Tanahashi clothesline. Dante Tatum back out of the apron. Tag is made. Xander Slate looking for a tag of his own. And he makes it. Here comes Shea Hoxton. Into the Carnival tie-up. Dante Tatum going to overpower Hoxton, able to drop out of that fireman's carry position, though. Kicks the midsection, looking for that powerbomb again. And this time he'll hit it. But shades of his best friend, Xander Slate, into the Samoan drop. And Shea Hoxton, no time to play around. Dante Tatum very slowly getting to his feet as Hoxton lies in wait for the 21! 21! 21! Uno! Dos! No place to be found, though. Tatum. Yes, Brandon Ace confident in his tag team partner there to kick out on his own. Lucky for him. But here comes Xander Slate now. Oh my God, Dante Tatum hit with a 21. Barely kicks out now. Slate with a Kenga kick counters as Tatum into a power slam. Tatum says, let me get out of here real quick, relying on Brandon Ace. 24-karat superstar. Met with that sit-out spinebuster, shades of Hall of Famer Paul Anderson. But Brandon Ace gets right back up. No time to lay around. Throws Slate down to the outside. Shea Hoxton watchful on the apron. Slate giving Brandon Ace the snake eyes on the apron, maybe trying to take out one of his eyes. Brandon Ace. Oh, what a DDT! The skull of Xander Slate. I think I heard it crack from here behind the announce table. Xander Slate, though, hard-headed, literally and figuratively, able to throw Brandon Ace back into the ring. Tosses him overhead with that fisherman suplex. Slate gonna go up to the top rope, maybe looking for another Macho Man elbow drop, but Ace already back up to his feet, still goes for a double axe handle though. As he makes the tag to Shea Hoxton, and Brandon Ace looking for a tag too. Trying to crawl across the ring. Hoxton's gonna let it happen. He wants Dante Tatum. Kick to the gut into a twist of fate, and will it be for the team of Brandon Ace and Dante Tatum here tonight? 24-karat knee. Hoxton rocked right now, and Dante Tatum, well aware of it, throws him out onto the apron. Sets Sets him up for a DDT off the apron. Into a shooting star press. Dante Tatum, one of a kind. Face of Shea Hoxton as he pulled at his arm. Standing moonsault into a half camel clutch. You can see Johnson telling him, hey, can't win with that at ringside. This ain't falls count anywhere, playa. Escapes as Hoxton. A Slate comes running over. Drop kick to the side of Tatum's head. Now they go back over to Brandon Ace, see what he's up to. The cheap shot by Slate. Sending Tatum right into the hands of Shea Hoxton, who blasts him with that short arm big boot tag to Slate. Tatum still standing though. The story of his career, especially lately. S&S connection and firm control right now though with the Unified World Tag Team Championship on the line. Dante Tatum with that never say die attitude makes the tag to Brandon Ace while he's got the chance. Dodges that kick. Blocks that punch. Slate not having any luck here against the 24-karat superstar. Gets thrown out of the corner like a trash bag. And styling on Slate with a knee drop. Brandon Ace making the tag to Dante Tatum, trying to tag in and out frequently, keep themselves as fresh as they can, but Slate able to catch Tatum as he gets back into the ring. Clean Slate! Clean Slate! Busting Tatum open and hammering the final nail into the coffin. 1, 2. What? Dante Tatum kicking out of the clean slate. Again, Brandon Ace not worrying, apparently. Having all the confidence in the world that Dante Tatum may be able to kick out on his own. But now Tatum, a nasty, nasty cut on the right side of his face. Tag to Brandon Ace. What the hell is this? Atomic drop into a back suplex. Great teamwork by the past, the present, the future. Stomping on the hand of Xander Slate. Brandon Ace. Whatever he was looking for there, countered by the OG Dirty Heel. Well-placed elbows to the midsection. Look at that cut across Dante Tatum's forehead, man. Just dripping down his face. Slate vintage powerbomb Samoan drop combination. Tag made to Shea Hoxton, main event of Octane episode 33, Unified World Tag Team Championship on line. Hoxton immediately going for the choke slam. Brandon Ace able to stop it. Complete shot. Tag to Dante Tatum. How much does he have left to give here tonight, though? Hoxton again gonna smack the shit out of him before hitting him with a float over DDT. Oh no, from the corner, the gambling man with a punt kick misses. Tatum gets out of the way, able to catch that kick to the midsection. No, Hoxton thinking quickly, kick to the knee, kick to the midsection. Hoxton with a power bomb out of the freaking ring. Elbow drop to the lower back as if the power bomb wasn't enough. 10-foot drop right down to his back. Hoxton's face smacking off the announce table with some disgusting sweat stains. Come on now. You know how expensive these tables are? Bison already broke one last night. Give me a break here. Tatum being cautious, gets back into the ring. Hoxton, though, turns his back, and that's what Tatum was waiting for. He knows Shea Hoxton a little bit too well. Scoop slam into position for a standing moonsault. Hoxton gets out of the way. I need these two to move away from me right now. Not like how close they are. Oh, Tatum getting his ribs cracked as he's thrown into the cold steel steps. Responds to Tatum throwing Hoxton down onto the floor as he gets back into the ring. What a matchup here in our main event. Look at Tatum, man. Like I said, does not know the word quit, man. Ain't in his vocabulary. Pulls Hoxton into a back suplex, into a standing shooting star press. Brandon Ace right there makes the tag. Hoxton slowly getting to his feet. Ace gonna charge him for a bicycle super kick. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! The 24-karat superstar gonna deliver the biggest 24-karat knee of his career! Middle of the ring! 1, 2! But Slate makes the save. Brandon Ace, not happy about that. Takes out Slate with a super kick to the jaw. One to the back of the head. In the meantime, Hoxton back to his feet. Throws out a Superman forearm smash, but Brandon Ace able to block it. Can't block the 21! 21! Uno! Dos! Tatum makes the save! And now Tatum trying to give Brandon Ace a chance to get back to his feet, distracting Hoxton. Not for very long, though. Long enough. Brandon Ace grabs the arm. The 24-karat superstar going for the Dragon Twist Cutter, but Shea Hoxton counters it. Throws him into the corner, then out into the middle of the ring. It's one-on-one right now as Shea Hoxton locks in a Dragon Sleeper, middle of the ring, nowhere for Brandon Ace to go. No hope for a rope break, no hope for saving, for Dante Tatum to save him. Maybe no, he taps! And it's over just like that. And Tatum taken out by Hoxton, the cherry on top after the bell rings. Tatum a second late there. And the S&S Connection still the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Jackson Wright and his team, his Hostile Takeover, dominating here on Octane episode 33. A clean sweep. But will it be this weekend at Validation, the biggest tug-of-war match in CMV history, the future of CMV at stake?